terms of understanding climate and ecological justice, there's an analogy which I find useful, which is imagining the Titanic and those traveling in first class, enjoying the party so much that they can't hear the cries of those drowning already in the decks below. And that's a powerful metaphor for the situation we find ourselves in, where unless we do something, unless we hear what's happening around us, unless we understand that that Titanic is going down, that it needs an urgent and radical change of course, then there is no justice, there is no equity for anyone. And so unless we have equity at the heart of our response to the climate and ecological crisis, unless we're responding to the cries of those already drowning, there will be no survival. The Titanic will go down with all of us on it. So climate and ecological justice, of course, it's a moral imperative. How can we sit by and watch while we see our brothers and sisters enduring what they're already enduring? But if we don't listen to that, then this is the survival of humanity that is at stake. So it brings it all together.
The biodiversity, our ecology, our ecological systems, and the community of life that inhabits this beautiful world is dying and suffering and at our hands, at humanity's hands. And for me, the issue of justice speaks to our need, our responsibility to repair and restore and live as a regenerative presence in the community of life.
But when we talk about the global south, we have to recognize that it is in fact to the detriment of the global north to be rapaciously, looting the global south in such a way that life, is being destroyed in millions. Crimes of ecocide are being perpetrated, against, various forms of life, that we have in nature. It must be surely in the interest, as the facts are proving today, that any continuing attempts at seeing the global south as just a place, for extractivist plunder, it's destroying the global north. The boomerang effect, is there now for all of us to see, and it's just a matter of time. And therefore, it is in the interest of peoples in the global north, to be part of the solutions. In the global south is incapable on its own of solving those problems without, the global north being drawn in, so that we have, a more equitable, world. So that is for me the key. And you see, for those of us who are working within Extinction Rebellion, saying, we want a rebellion that would, give us all, the opportunities to live, right? To give all life forms the opportunity to thrive. We have to understand that it is about winning that rebellion. It's not to put us in a perpetual state of rebelling. It is to win that rebellion. And to win that rebellion, we have to look at the world and understand that, in fact, the climate and ecological crisis is one thing we have to win globally. We have to have a global strategy and tactics, of course, adapted to concrete local conditions. We have to have a global strategy. And it only makes sense that the global south, which has been compelled for hundreds of years to be experiencing ecocide, to be experiencing genocide in proportions, that are just, completely mind-blowing. That is the place which is the weakest link for this global structure of oppression and injustice.